I didn't put the link for the previous thing. Yeah, and we're live. Yes, and YouTube links are not being posted forward, but that's such is life. That would be one. I don't know the ticket for that. So we'll just put the link in there. We've got this is the interesting. I guess it does actually update the images for the videos in Slack if you've started broadcasting. So that's the good thing, that rather than avoid having too many pictures of my face going there. Channel. This is meeting. Okay, so I don't feel like we're maybe coming out of the woods. So I guess my idea before being, we rotate between kickoffs and retrospectives. I guess we've maybe been working on some different things. I guess before we get into what are new things that we want to look at going forward, do people have things that are still blocking them? Ways we should be changing the process going forward? Anyone?
No, I think you had one last week.
Yeah, we had a session last week, and we kind of got we voted on a couple of things for Matt to work on and for Alex to work on, and they've been doing it. I guess because Matt, you've done quite a few things. You just want to give us an overview of what you did and how it went?
Oh yeah, sure. I can. I did two things. I got them on my screen. If you.
Yeah.
It was just one thing that I entered in as a 1 because it was really annoying to me that in this user screen, if you can see it, it wasn't sorted, so I just sorted it.
Your filter users by they're right, the project thing. Yes. I mean that's the way it's popping up there. We can't see the text in it properly, but
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the members page, yes, that's an excellent change.
Yeah, I was working on it to show myself, so I can show you the other thing that's working now, which is the karma.
Yeah, well, I guess and also Sage has got the highest karma now. Good on Sage.
Yes, because he that was the fix from last week.
Right.
Because his karma doesn't appear to have been updating either, but now it is.
Right. There we go. And I'm knocked off the top spot. Well, I'll just have to do as many commits as Sage and get back into it.
Oh, I don't have my server running, but if I could run it, and then you would see that my karma is now like 280 or something instead of 150.
Okay, so there's a fix that you made, with the karma and making sure that the karma entity is created. Cool. Yeah, so that's I'm just trying to pull up your pull requests. The site's being a bit slow. Let's go to. There we go. Okay, yeah. So I merged in like a minor refactoring of my own. And we've got these two things from you there, which yes, we're still getting these occasional build fails in CI, which is really irritating. But there we go. So I guess both of these ready to merge. I did leave out. I think I'd have to comment.
So what did it come down to? What was
the thing that I just said, which was that sometimes, or this thing that Matt just fixed, is that the karma was running, and it was running the process. Those people who had karma, an entry in the karma table already, would get updated, and those who didn't wouldn't, because it was missed. I mean, we sort of encountered that same issue, Michael. I thought that we fixed. We had a big problem where, the karma table, right? It wasn't populated, and we had the whole site go down at one point because of that. And we fixed that by kind of running. I thought we fixed it by running a user and like ensuring that there was an empty karma item for every user, right? Do you remember that, Michael?
Yes, but
apparently it probably got out of sync again because
maybe we didn't.
Yeah, maybe we ran that and it didn't.
Well,
Your audio is really crackly and breaking up, Mike. I don't know if you want to reload your browser. Is it just me, or does Michael sound strange to you, Matt and Alex?
Yeah, you sounded strange yesterday too.
It's Michael.
I'm on a different machine right now, but
Yeah, you said it sounded like a kind of weird robot. Do you want to just reload your browser? Or,
I don't think it's going to help. I think it's just the quality of this microphone.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is that, yeah, I guess because are we actually creating karma? I guess we're not creating karma when a user is created. Potential.
Well, I think maybe we are when it's created, but we're not.
I actually just noticed that
Go on, Matt.
it's defined wrong too. If you look at users model,
Uh-huh.
maybe I should have fixed this, or I should fix it also. It's defined as has one instead of has many. I don't know if that was causing a problem.
Well, I think it should be has one because the user will only have one karma.
No, you have one for each project, I think. Oh no, you're right.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of commits.
No, I think that's correct with has. I think we set it up so that because we've got this, like, we build karma if the karma is nil there. But anyway, I mean the
Somehow
long
it was hitting
short of it is in your.
Yeah.
Go on, Matt. Say again.
Somehow it was hitting one person, I think, that didn't have a karma record, maybe, and
then it was just stopping there.
Stop at that point.
Yeah. So I mean, so you've adjusted. So we have this, like, in the karma calculator. It was basically trying to set the karma total to 0.
That was
and for some people they wouldn't have a karma total.
Right.
So you've added in this find or create by to ensure that if they don't have karma, that it will be set. So that seems sensible.
I mean, maybe the data could have been fixed, but that's kind of defensive program.
No. I think much better to fix it that way. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, I think we were in the process of. Is the karma calculator? We were certainly like halfway through refactoring something, and then we got distracted. But yeah, I'm not sure. It's interesting just looking at user and seeing, like, we've got this build karma after save hook, but then I'm not sure where is build karma defined. But I guess I shouldn't get distracted with that. Anyway, so you've got a fix for it, and it's working.
Yeah.
But I guess we haven't deployed it. No, there was another fix, wasn't there? That's already done. So, I'm just sort of, anybody, like, how would I find out what the build karma there? Where would I find that defined?
It might be in karma calculator, but because
I mean, karma calculator's got but karma calculator's got perform.
Oh,
I don't know, unless we've got some. I don't know, just have to search for the.
Very confusing where the stuff is. It's a little.
Build karma. What references have we got to build karma? Found 2 occurrences. App models. After save, build karma. I guess I think that might be. Is that a generic statement that it's basically gonna create?
Hello.
Like, hey Michael, that sounds better. It has one karma. So build karma is like dynamically. This says, like, what that's supposed to do is generate the associated model.
Oh,
I think that's what it's supposed to do. I mean, this was our thing here. Like if there was this was our original fix, I think, for this problem. But if the user's saved, then it will automatically create a karma entity associated with the user. Anyway.
What does build karma do? What is that method?
I presume. Well, the method doesn't exist. I think it's dynamic. I think it's part of Rails. Like, karma is an association, right? So I think this is doing like create a karma entity. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it must be.
I mean, we're not going to have one to build karma, are we? Yeah, I mean,
Might be working.
that's my blog post on us doing with that. If you're anyway, that's background reading for you. I'll just put that in the. I'm not being very efficient here. That's our whole description of this. You know, because the whole site went down at one point as a result of these things, and it was we got particularly confused by the like all the tests and everything were passing because both the specs and the cucumbers were using Factory Girl, where the thing was being created, but then it just wasn't in the right place. But is there some like after save build thing that feels like there must be a Rails-ism to create it? Maybe it's not working as we expected. Anyway,
Maybe it's not working.
maybe not. Okay, but so yeah, so we've got these two pull requests. I mean, I've got a suggestion there for like we could probably lose the if statements. I don't know if it's a trivial thing. I guess I will just this alphabetic sort. I mean, that's just a no-brainer and fantastic. I guess one could argue for a test in there, but it's just so
Yeah.
just get it in there. Okay. So great work from you, Matt. So you've had a very efficient week. You've knocked lots of bugs on the head and the things that you talked about last week.
Yeah, so I'm looking for something this week, maybe a little more
Juicier.
Yeah.
Sure.
Get back to the hang of it.
Yeah, and so we were talking already with Alex. Alex has been looking at this PayPal upgrade issue, and you were just saying before, Alex, that yeah, you were unsure about how to programmatically upgrade the thing on PayPal.
Yes, I have created a test that replicates the bug.
Oh, okay.
And explored all the interrelations between modules, helpers, modules, and how it works in generally. But the question is, the key question is how to retrieve customer. It's clear for Stripe, but I didn't find.
Yeah.
People.
Understood. I would say two things. One is if you've got a test that replicates the bug, do put that up in a pull request so that we can see the test and see it failing on CI. That's a, I put a work in progress pull request. I would put that in, and that's great to share. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. I would create it, but it's almost nothing.
Oh yeah, but even so, it's great. Like it's great learning. I think for not just you, but for others, they can see what you're doing and so on. It's great. And other people then see activity on the project and they can sort of like talk about it, and it gives them something to discuss. But so we've got, here in, you say that there's no way to retrieve the customer. I think maybe we don't need to retrieve the customer, in that the way that this operation works with Stripe is it retrieves the customer and then manipulates it and saves it and so on. But maybe the model for PayPal is different. I mean, I guess it's payment buttons. I guess, yeah, these things update. I mean, there's an update recurring payments profile requests. I mean, this seems like a description of the kind of API that might allow us to update it. But so I was going to say there, yeah. I mean, you mentioned before a gem, and you were saying you were worried that would get more complicated. We're using the Stripe gem here to do this, right? So I think it would be good to use Stripe from the. That's right. Use a PayPal gem. What was you were worried that using a PayPal gem would be too complicated?
Yes, yeah. I prefer to find a more elegant, more simple solution. This is the link to the gem, and I want to clarify one thing.
Yes.
As I understand, right, the user stick to one payment method. So
The user uses one payment method. Say again.
it should stick only with one payment method. So he can't upgrade his plan by different payment source.
Right.
So, for example, firstly by credit card and lately by PayPal.
Well, I think we probably have to say no for the first instance. Although I know we've got to, like, so for example, one guy, his credit card just failed, and so he switched to paying by PayPal. And just, you know, as we go on, there are all sorts of corner cases occurring. But you know, I think you could get very difficult trying to handle everything. I think for the moment, yeah, let's make it assume that the user will stay with one payment type for simplicity. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And I think the general tasks, something like this.
Okay. User should be able to upgrade its own plan by both payment sources. User's plan can be upgraded by any. Yes. And then then there's a situation for sponsors, but I would leave the sponsors out of it for the moment. Let's just I mean, the specific bug that we encountered was a PayPal user upgrading their own account. And I think we want to fix that problem. And then
yes,
we can.
I understand.
Okay, yeah, great. And then we worry about the sponsors afterwards.
It's a general perspective.
Okay.
So,
but yes, then that's great. Yeah, I mean that's the longer term work would to make that be all flexible would be wonderful. But let's see. Okay, cool. So then,
Sam,
go on, Michael. Yeah, I saw what you put in the docs there. So it sounds like.
I think you need to create karma rather than build,
Okay.
because build doesn't actually hit the database.
Doesn't save it. Yeah. So I think and it may be.
Want to make that fixed too, or is it kind of moot?
That would be a separate issue.
Okay.
Well, it's interesting because it kind of.
It is related if you did it properly, but we'd have to fix. There's apparently a lot of messed up data in the database because of that potential bug anyway.
Well,
Well, you know what? You can truncate the, which is what I did. I truncated the karma's table, and it works now.
No, but I mean in the production database,
Oh, I
there's
mean,
apparently users that don't have karma.
right, but I think
So that would have to be. We have this defensive check in the code.
right.
If we had this other fix working, where every user was guaranteed, as soon as they were saved, to have karma, then we would arguably not need that fix anymore, right?
Maybe so.
But then we'd have to deal with the legacy data.
All right, but I think, like with this thing deployed that Matt has, and then as soon as the thing runs, it will mean that every data, basically the karma table will be fully populated, and every user will have one. So there's
Right for that.
Yeah,
But then, yeah.
I mean, it's then a question. It's like there are lots of different things going on, and the code is not very confident. I think there's
If we ever wanted to remove that code, we would still have to run some kind of query to make sure that everybody, because like that only runs at a certain time of day. So if somebody else signs up afterwards,
right. Yeah,
like,
I guess
there would be users.
we want
Yeah.
both fixes, I think.
It's funny, we had a thing on the. So, well, Michael, why don't you open a ticket specifically on that issue and on refactoring? I mean, I feel like that. Okay, maybe there was just can see it here. That there is kind of an. I thought we had an open. Yeah, see, we've got it. Did you? We've got find a good way to update karma on save. Not after validation, not after validation. I think we changed that already, so I think that's fixed because it was moved to save. But well, I don't know. And then we've got this other one that was estimated a while ago, which is about we should move the whole things in, like the whole thing for consistency. So I think there's other pieces of work to do on that. But yeah, Michael, certainly the stuff that you've learned there, that you just pasted into Slack in website 1, paste that into a issue on GitHub now, and let's make sure we update that as well at some point. I think there's also the need for a bigger review of what's going on with Karma, but thank you for clarifying that. It's very useful. Okay, so then does anybody have any tickets that they would like to have? Well, I guess my report is I managed to get some work against some of the tickets I'd previously taken, and I still have open tickets that I'm supposed to be working on, such as having the getting started page allow check off progress. Another, I think, which would potentially very useful thing would be this private events for premium members. We've got 2 popular mob sessions running, and if we had an events page that we could link people to, I mean, we could just create like a public one, and then but then we have the danger of people clicking the start hangout, and if we assign the actual running hangout to it, it suddenly becomes accessible to the non-premium members and so on. So I think I see this as potentially high value for reducing the overhead in terms of running the premium mob sessions, and kind of giving the premium mob folks a kind of positive experience. But yeah, so I've got something. I won't be taking on any more tickets there. Are there any tickets that people would like to vote on, or they want to assign themselves to?
I would like to solve my ticket until next week, and we haven't completed voting on this ticket.
Oh, on your ticket's not. We haven't voted on your ticket.
To vote.
Okay, so that's this one here, right? So you were doing investigation, and we've been discussing it. So yes, we could certainly start with a vote on that ticket. Good call. Yeah. Does anybody need any further discussion? So this is the ticket that we've been talking about that Alex is working on. This is PayPal mob upgrades. Did anybody need any further clarification of the issues?
Give me a second. I'm just opening this ticket.
Oh. Okay. But so, well, if Matt and Alex, if you're happy to go for a vote, I've opened it in the Website 1 channel. I think I'm ready to vote.
I've already voted.
Okay, there.
We can.
Have you, Alex, in the Website 1 channel?
Yes.
Yes, just came through. Okay, I'll just reveal that. And yep, we are in agreement that that's a medium. So, there we go. Oh, that's nice to get that out. I've got to get the I finally got the Azure voting thing working. I've got to switch it over so we can save some money, because there are a few places now where money could be saved by moving things around. Okay, so I'm going to put that into the in progress column then there. And I think I will also need to do something else to allow Alex to be assigned to it. Let's go to the Agile Ventures team and add Alex to the there. Does anybody, Matt, did you have your eye on some tickets to vote on?
No, I think maybe I was gonna try working on that. I think it's kind of hidden on your screen, but it's getting started steps.
Oh yeah,
that might be a good one.
Okay. Sure. Yes.
Somebody suggested using a gem, but I don't know. It's really like a workflow to it. It's more like just checking off steps. So I was thinking a simple table with user ID and the steps in it. That's do you think I should look at that gem?
Yeah. Good questions. Give me just a second. Alex, what's your GitHub username? Right, excellent. Let's just get you connected in there. Alexander KH.
Yes.
Okay. So I've just added you to the website one. So that it's basically, it sent you an invite. So you probably need to go to like github.com/adventures. Yeah, so Matt, yeah, it's well, it's one of these ones here where, you know, the current page is, you know, one of these, oh gosh, what are they called? This is the Mercury edit. It's a Mercury edited page. And we've got Marufa and Lara from the marketing team kind of trying to improve the styling on that, which they're doing anyway, and that doesn't interfere. I mean, I think I've been working on this. Could be the process of just creating a page where the things can be clicked off, and it you know, something that's, it seems like it might be the thing to do going forward is that, you know, a lot of these pages, which are kind of wiki pages like this one, you know, and like the getting started one as we're talking about here, maybe they need to be moved from being static, these editable wiki pages, to being, you know, fixed pages with functionality that we support, and that you know, the process for updating them is a bit different. But yeah, as you say, the really simplest thing would be to just have you know, checkboxes that you can tick off, and whatever the user it would remember where they are in the
Right.
sequence. And yeah, I don't know, like whether that we want a gem for a, you know, sequence there. I mean, in some ways, it's one of these things that perhaps that should be being tested in some sort of design sprint. I mean, this is kind of one of the things that's come out of the marketing meeting, and we've kind of I think the general agreement that it's like, as it stands, the getting started page is like, you know, difficult to follow.
Too much text, right?
Too much text, and
Too
this,
much
that, and the other. I mean, what we kind of want to be doing is testing different possible solutions, you know, without having spent too much time developing them. We want to quickly test improvements with real users to see if it actually works for them. That's kind of the key. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But how do you mean, like test something that where you can click on the circles and it maybe doesn't persist it, but
well, that's the kind of you know, we could. So this is where the discussion is. Yeah, right. I mean yeah, I mean, in terms of using the gem or not, like I just haven't even looked into it. Like it's you know, maybe it's really simple, but maybe it's like,
it seems like there's a bit to it, and it would take a while to.
Yeah, and it kind of, I sort of get the sense it's about, you know, that they're like on page one, you've done this. All right, now
it's
step on to this next page, do that workflow. I mean, maybe ultimately that's what we want. I don't know. I wonder if they've got an example of it.
If we just wanted a simple, that's the question. What do we want?
Schneems, and this is somebody's blog, and his blog. Yeah, see, I mean, what would be, what I think would be helpful is before investing time in one, you know, in implementing one particular solution or another, and whether that's just allowing checkboxes to be clicked down here or some other kind of workflow, is it would be nice to have, to demo some different solutions, right? So if there's like, we spend 5 minutes looking for, has someone got an example of like this? Oh, we've got to check out the example Rails app. So they've got,
there's a bug in it. I tried to build it, and it's Rails 3. I entered the bug.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of
So I can't even test it.
no, fair enough. And it's yeah. Well, I mean,
I mean, it seems to be updated. It's just that there's that little test thing isn't. It's been maintained.
sure. Yeah, I mean, so the thing that I've been doing with the NHS is that, you know, like in order to test out, you know, wiki, I got like, you know, 3 working wikis and quickly got demo versions of them and tried out the demo versions with the actual people and got feedback from them. So I think that's the kind of thing that would be good for us. At the same time, if you've got an idea about just creating a little page and that would achieve this, I mean, we already have this. The functionality is like there in Waffle and GitHub, right? We can create like a little list like this, and then you can click it off, right? I think if we just, you know, if we had that, you know, and it was quick to get done and quick to test and get out there, do you know? But it almost it doesn't have to be done in the first instance. It doesn't have to be integrated into the whole Website 1 project. You know what I mean? Like you could just create like a little test page where that stuff worked. Does that make any sense? What I'm saying?
What if I did something in Sketch? I want to learn how to use, you know,
I don't know Sketch specifically, but like is it like Balsamic? You know,
yeah, it's like that.
I mean, if you just want to do an interface mock-up about what you're thinking of,
as real mock-ups, they look like real pages.
right. There's InVision is the one I use that looks like real things. Yeah, absolutely. So you could
2 versions of it, one sort of workflowy and.
Yeah, totally. I think you know, prototyping some things, and then we can sort of share that with members of the community. I mean, well, we can share those internally, and then we could think about doing some tests where we get feedback from people. So,
okay, I mean that's good enough for a first step. I mean, if it doesn't work, I'll.
Yeah, is this the Sketch thing that you've got?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I went to a demo of it actually, where they taught us how to do a little.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I got set up with InVision app, and I created a little version of the Agile Ventures site in here, which you could use if you. But if you're already familiar with
I'm not that familiar, but there's any way to easily link me to that. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of already uploaded some. If I sign in here, I'll just show you what I've got with this one. Michael, did you have any? Did you have any tickets you wanted to draw our attention to or get voted on?
Sure, the one I just opened, I guess.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, we could vote on that. I guess I've got so little. Beta Sauce's meeting. I don't know. There's so many other things. Oh dear. Or even what? Anyway, but you can see here, like, I've got this prototype for this, and then it has these things. And can I then run it? Can I run it? That's the different screens that are updated. I've forgotten how to run it. How to run it? Is it that user test? No. Well. Anyway. Live share.
Looks like I have an InVision ID.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, that's the. I'll link this in. But so, I think you can kind of see it at that location. But there, so that's the site, and I've got it set up so that like, when you click in different places, it like does the navigation. So you can kind of create hot links, and you can have it doing this, that, and the other.
Oh.
I'm getting all distracted. So I mean, so anyway, and that's already been voted on, and yeah, I think that definitely feel free to start playing around with prototypes. I could try and give you access to share my access to that account with you. I guess the other thing would what I would just love really is if we had you know, in the site it was using GitHub Markup. You know, basically I find GitHub Markup, which is what Waffle is replicating here. Like if we just had this ability in the pages to create, you know, lists that could be ticked off like that, that would be just fantastic. I don't know if there's like a So there's a markup is a plugin for that, and how to turn yeah. Anyway, so I'm babbling. It's the end of the week,
Can
but
I mean, so the user comes in again. Is that what you're?
say again.
Can you persist?
Yeah, but that it would be persistent. I mean, I think that's potentially more complex to do. So I mean, there's kind of the
Well, I'll just work on the mock-up first.
yeah, work on the mockups. That's yeah. Okay, and let's vote on Michael's thing. Do you want to start the vote, Michael, in the channel, and then that at least directs us to the I'll get there in a moment. Oh.
I don't know how to start a vote. I just posted the ticket in the G chat.
Oh, did you? All right. Yeah, I'll do it for you. I guess what I'll do is I'll grab it to the. So it's to start a vote. It's just /voter and then the name of the vote, and would you know? So is this one?
The link.
Yeah, and so you can actually put the title in. So I'll just and I will show how it works if I can. Come on, brain. And when I move Slack from one screen to another, it like the time it takes to reload, it like good grief. Go on. Here we go. So yeah, we can do like /voter with this, and then we can give it the title. So this is Karma not being saved. I can put that in and do this.
Kind of what we want. What we want is like when a user is created, we want a default. We want a default karma.
Yeah, right. And I think that's what we try to achieve there.
That's actually, I'm researching, and it looks like that's actually like surprisingly complicated in Rails.
Okay. Right. Well, so if we're just going to vote on this one, this is trying to get set up so that we don't have to have such defensive code that whenever a user is created, there's always karma available. It seems like, as Michael was saying, like we need to switch from build karma to create karma will be a bit of a step in the right direction, but maybe there's more to it. Does anybody have any questions about this particular issue?
I'm not sure about its complexity. So I think I have to explore it in details. I have an opinion, but I really don't know.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I think well, I guess you could. Oh, and you voted, so that's good. Yeah. So, but you can take a guess now and see how it goes, and Michael. So let's reveal that. And we've gone with, yeah, Michael and Alex saying medium. I'm myself and Paul. I guess the simple version is just that we change that thing to.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You just
the correct thing. But I guess there's Michael's sensing there's more to investigate there. Michael, do you want to say why you thought medium more than simple?
I'm not sure like whether after save is the right hook or not.
Okay. Sure.
Let me think.
Well, I'm happy to give it. I think, you know, as you're looking at it and need to consider it, let's make it medium, because I think for me, so like for me, there's like connecting it with the whole rest of the karma system and making sure that, you know, I mean, there's a sort of a cleanup from my point of view in terms of understanding all the factory girl hooks and.
There's that, and there's like testing,
Sure.
and then there's like potentially, I guess it's unrelated, but the cleaning up the legacy, but that's not really necessarily this ticket directly.
Matt, you happy to go for a medium?
Yeah. Do you think you might do some cleanup, or you don't? You don't know. I mean, I guess it's up to you. I just medium's fine, by the way.
Yeah. Well, let's pop that in. So, gosh. All right. Why is that not working? Okay, so that's been estimated. That's on 2. I should now be able to. Well, if Alex has accepted, computer's just slowing down. Come on. There we go. So we might be able to assign Alex. Yeah, so Alex has got that one to work on. Matt, you're going to look at this one.
Yeah.
So I mainly say that it's not a good. Okay, never mind.
Go on.
So after save
Uh-huh.
is fortunately wrapped in a transaction.
Right.
Because there is that corner case, right? So you would never. So say that we saved a user, right? Like a user just logged in, was created, and we then go to save karma for that user, right? You would think, oh, it's a default karma, so it should never fail, right? But then, like, what about that one in a million case where like the database just like crapped out, right?
Yeah. You should be. I mean, it should either be the case
the whole thing is wrapped in a transaction, though. It's saying in the Rails doc, so the whole thing will just fail. It'll unravel. Creation of the user.
Crate will unravel.
What?
The crate of the user will unravel.
Yes.
Oh, so then you're.
Note that this callback is still wrapped in the transaction around save. The save that triggered it.
Yeah, so that's perfect, I think.
So we want to, like, yeah, I think that would work potentially.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I've assigned you to that, Michael, and that's in the ready column. Yeah. Well, I think that's our kickoff. Then we've got some stuff to do. Maybe I will. Yeah. Let's. I guess I've got to finish this. There's other little bits of cleanup. Yeah, I maybe will start working on that private events with Brio members if I have any time next week. All right, good stuff, guys. Okay, that's our kickoff. Yeah, good to have all of you here, and have a great weekend. And I'll see you next week.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye for now.